Okay, here we go. It says write the slope-intercept form of the equation of each line. What's slope-intercept form? Yeah. Now, here's the deal. Last week we went in the standard form and y'all did a good job of that. So we're trying to go to y. This time it's not, it's just in any kind of form. So there's going to have to be some thought involved. Look at the very first one. -2 plus x is equal to 1/2, -1/2 y. Here's the deal. Y is already by itself. You can rewrite it before moving anything. It's equal to x minus 2. You can rewrite it just like that. Now, we haven't talked much about it. This is a fraction. I know we usually divide by the coefficient, but when you divide, here's the deal. When it's a fraction, multiply by the number that's in the denominator to get rid of the fraction. So we're going to multiply everything by -2. We're just going to do that. Now, here's the deal. Negative times a negative is a positive. So that's just 1. So we can just write that as y. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -2 is +4. Are we in slope-intercept form? Yeah, that's your answer right there. Let's look at this one. Uh-oh. This one shouldn't be too bad. What's the only thing we got to do here? Divide by what? Yeah, they've already moved the x over. So in this one, you're going to divide everything by -2. So you would get y equals -5 over -2 is 5/2. Negative divided by a negative, remember. 5/2 x. -10 divided by -2 is +5. There we go. We're in slope-intercept form. Now, look at number 3. Is that one in standard form? Is that standard form? Yeah. So what's the first thing we need to do here? What do we need to do here? We need to move what? We only have 2 rules. What do we move first all the time? Nobody knows. Don't we usually move this first? X. How do we move this to the other side? No. Don't divide. What do? Not multiply. What's the other thing we need to do here? This is negative. You need to add 2x to both sides. So, on this side, we have -y left. Is equal to 2x plus 1. Now what do we do? Turn around. What do we do now? What's the last step? Come on. What did we do last week? All right. Divide everything by -1. Divide by the coefficient of y. So this becomes -2x minus 1. There's your answer. Number 4, is that one in standard form? Come on, we just did one. Yeah. So what do I need to move? X. How do I move x to the other side? Add it. So we add x to both sides. So y equals x, that's -2 minus 2. Are we in slope-intercept form? Yeah. There's your answer right there. All right. Do some more of those tomorrow. Here we go, y'all's favorite that we've done. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through the given point with the given slope. Remember this, point-slope formula. y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Here's your x1. Here's your y1. There's your m. So this would be y minus negative 2 is equal to 5/3 times x minus negative 3. Double signs. You got to know this. What does minus and negative turn into? Positive. So we can rewrite it as y plus 2 is equal to 5/3 times x plus 3. Now, nothing to do on the left side. It's just y plus 2. Distribute. So this becomes 5/3 x. 5/3 times 3 is just 5. Now, subtract 2 to get it to the other side. You don't subtract it from this. They're not like terms. But you can subtract it from that number every time. So now your answer is y equals 5/3 x. 5 minus 2 is 3. There's your answer right there. All right. Let's look at number 6. Here's your x1. There's your y1. There's your m. So start with your formula. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Now, plug and play. Put it in there. That's going to be y minus negative 2 is equal to negative 3 halves times x minus 4. Now, we can get two birds, one stone. Minus and negative turns into plus 2. Y plus 2. We can go ahead and distribute. So that becomes negative 3 halves x. Negative 3 halves times negative 4. And y'all just going to have to trust me on this. Oops, I forgot the x. It's going to be a positive 6. Now you only have, when you get to this point, you got one thing left to do. Move this to the other side. How do I move this 2 to the other side? Yeah, subtract 2 on both sides. So that becomes y equals negative 3 halves x. 6 minus 2 is 4. There's your answer. All right. See if you can set up number 7. Can we get that far? That's how you set it up. Now, this becomes y plus 5. And no double sign. We go ahead and distribute. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times negative 1 is plus 10. So all you have left is subtract 5 from both sides. So it becomes y equals negative 10x. 10 minus 5 is 5. There we go. Feeling a little better about point slope? All right, try that one. See if you can get the whole thing with the fraction. Gonna have to use your calculator. Control divide. Double signs. Get rid of them before you even distribute, because that causes a lot of problems. Can you get that far? Where I'm at right now. Okay. So the last part is just subtract 3. Negative 5/3 x. Negative 10/3 minus 3 turns out to be minus 19/3. Did anybody get that answer? Y'all didn't get it? Negative 10/3 minus 3. You got negative 3? Shouldn't have. Go control divide. Negative 10, down arrow 3, then right arrow minus 3. What'd you get? You got the same thing again? Yeah. I don't know. I probably was just putting it in there wrong. I don't know. Shouldn't be. Okay. Here we go. All right. Get your comp book out. Something new. Oh, we're going to keep writing. Here's the one thing I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to stay on this page. Oops. Exponent rules. We're going to stay on this page for a little while. I'm not giving you all 6 or 7 rules. I'm going to give you just a couple at a time. All right. Here's the deal. You got to understand this before we go anything. X to the 5th is the same as saying x times x times x times x times x. You're just multiplying it 5 times there. That tells you how many times to multiply. The exponent right here tells you how many times to multiply. Now, here's the other thing. If we just get something like b, it is understood to be to the first power. So if no exponent is given, then it's understood to be to the first power. All right. Now, here's rule number 1. It's called the product rule. anytime you multiply the same variable you add the exponents. Now, let me show you this. Let's say we've got 2x squared times 3x cubed, third power. That is nothing more. You multiply the coefficients, 2 times 3. And then with the variables, you add those, 2 plus 3. See that? This is usually the easiest one. So your answer would just be 6x to the fifth. All right. The next one, the last rule for the day, the quotient rule. I'm going to shorten this one. Anytime you divide, anytime you divide, you subtract. Subtract the exponents. Take the hood off. Here's an example. Let's say you have x to the 6 over x squared. This one can be a little bit more complicated. Here's the deal. The coefficient down here is 1. You're going to take that, take this whole x, and it becomes x to the 6 minus 2. What's 6 minus 2? What's 6 minus 2? So you got x to the 4th over 1. Now here's the deal. Anything over 1 is just itself. So the answer you would write and get more math, we'll mark it wrong. Honors found out about all that a while back. It's x to the 4th. Okay, enough of that. Let's go to, and we'll be on that page Wednesday because I want to get all of this down today and tomorrow. We'll add some more exponent rules. Okay, here's the deal. Look at number 9. 3n squared times n. Remember, this is understood to be to the first power. So the coefficient here is 1. So you have 3 times 1, and you have n to the 2 plus 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. So your answer is just 3n cubed. Okay, look at number 10. 3m to the 4 times 3m cubed. So that's just 3 times 3, and m to the 4 plus 3, which is 9m to the 7th. Starting to pick up on this? This is not complicated, is it? Okay. What power is this m to? What is it understood to be? To what power? 1 first to the first power. So this is 4 times 2 times m to the 1 plus 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 plus 2 is 3. Try number 12. See if you can get number 12. All right. Coefficient here is 1. So it's 1 times 3. This is v cubed plus 1. 3 plus 1. Understood to be to the first power. So your answer here was 3v to the 4th. How do we do? How many of y'all got that? Okay. Now, dividing. This is where the problems start to come in. And I'm going to break this down. All right. Here's the deal. The coefficient is 1 and 4. It's understood to be 1. Now, look at which power is bigger. What's bigger, 2 or 1? Which is the larger number? 2. So you're going to move this one up here. You always want to subtract where the larger number is. So this is x to the 2 minus 1. You're moving it up there. Okay. So here's the deal. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1x over 4. Remember, it's understood to be to the first power. But you don't have to write that 1. So it's just x over 4. There's your answer. Now look at number 10. Coefficients 1. Handle your coefficients first. 1 over 3. Now, where's the larger exponent? Numerator or denominator? Denominator. So we need to move this one down here. So it's x to the 4 minus 1, which is equal to 1 over 3x to the 3rd. There's your answer right there. Oops, you can't see. There's your answer right there. All right. Let's look at 15. 2 over 3 does not reduce. Handle the coefficients first. Is that part making sense? Okay. Now, where's the larger exponent? Numerator or denominator? Denominator. So you're going to move the whole thing down here. So it becomes v to the 4 minus 2. So your answer is just 2 over 3v squared. Play with 16. See if you can get that. Can y'all see what's going on? Okay. Here's the deal. Handle your coefficients. 3 over 2. 4 is larger than 1, so you have to move that down there. So it's x to the 4 minus 1. So your answer here would be 3 over 2x cubed. There's your answer. That's it.